This is a screenshot from the notes of this particular coaching institute. Okay, I will not mention the name, but anyway, okay, this is wrong. Okay, basically what they are saying, if a relation is in 3NF and this does not exist, then it must be on BCNF. Okay, let me tell you that this statement is wrong. This statement is wrong. This statement is wrong. Don't worry, I will prove it. Don't worry. Okay. Also, this statement is wrong. A relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF, then it should happen. Then it should happen. Then it should happen. This is also wrong. Okay, this is also wrong. See what I'm saying. Very simple thing I'm saying. See, very simple thing. If your relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF, then what will happen? Then definitely this will happen. Okay, there exists a non-trivial FD. Then I can say there exists a non-trivial FD. This will definitely happen. So there exists a non-trivial FD where you can say that not a superkey implies, where you can say not a superkey implies, then definitely this will happen. There exists a non-trivial FD where this will happen. Okay, this will definitely happen. This we have already seen. Okay, so this is correct. But if I say, as I told you, what this statement is saying in this institute, like in this notes, what this statement is saying, a relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF, then it should happen. Then it should happen. Then it should happen. This is also wrong. Okay, this is also wrong. See what I'm saying. Okay, let me prove it. So let's prove it. Okay, consider this example. Tell me, is this in BCNF? First you find, okay, first you find in 3NF. First you find, is this in 3NF? And then you find, is this in BCNF? Let's check it out. First of all, is this in BCNF? First you find the candidate keys. What are the candidate keys? You can notice A, B, C, D must be there in every candidate key. Can I say D must be part of every candidate key? D must be part of every candidate key. Okay, so I can take D as a part of every candidate key. So tell me, what are the candidate keys? I can say AD is a candidate key. AD can determine everything. CD can determine everything. Okay, AD can determine, CD can determine. What about BD? What about BD? What about DE? No. What about BDE? No. Okay, so these are the candidate keys. These are the candidate keys. So what are the non-prime attributes? What are the non-prime attributes? What are the non-prime attributes here? So that is B, comma E. These are the non-prime attributes. B, comma E. B, comma E. These are the non-prime attributes because these are the candidate keys AD, comma CD. So non-prime attributes are basically B, comma E. Okay. Now you tell me, is this in 3NF, BCNF? Is this in BCNF? Clearly, this is not in BCNF, not a super key. Clearly not a super key. So clearly, this is the violation. So not BCNF. Okay, because of this FD, I can say this FD is violation. This FD implies not BCNF. So this relation is not in BCNF. Okay, this relation is not in BCNF. What about 3NF? Is this relation in 3NF? Remember, your candidate keys are AD, comma CD. These are the candidate keys. And your non-prime attributes are B, comma E. These are the non-prime attributes. Okay, now tell me, can not a super key determine E? Can not a super key determine E? To check 3NF, just ask this question. To check 3NF, just ask this question. Can a not super key, can a non-super key, tell me, can a non-super key determine non-prime attribute? Tell me, just ask this question. So, okay, can a non-super key determine non-prime attribute? Here, okay, who can determine B? Just, okay, look at the FD set, the set of FD. Who has the power to determine B? Who has the power to determine B? Whatever you do, you need AD. Agree or not? Array, whatever will determine. Remember. Okay, let's see who can determine B. Let us see. Okay, in the reverse direction, I will go. I will go in the reverse direction. I don't know who will determine. I don't know who will determine. But ultimately, it should determine AD. Agree or not? Or it should determine CD. Agree or not? I don't know who will determine B, but it should happen. Do you agree? Okay, yes or no? I don't know who will determine B. I don't know who will determine B, but I can say that if anyone will determine B, the only choice is this. If you want to determine B, the only way is go through this. The only way is go through this. The only way is go through this. But if alpha can determine AD, if alpha can determine CD, then this is a super key. Are yes or no? Then this is a super key. Then this is a super key. So only okay, yes or no? So if anyone will determine B, then it will be a super key. If anyone will determine B, it will be a super key. Similarly, if anyone will determine E, it will be a super key. If anyone will determine E, it will be a super key. So what I can say, this relation is in 3NF. Can I say this relation is in 3NF? You can check it out. Okay, you can take it as a homework. You can take it as a homework. Okay, this relation is in 3NF. So did you notice this relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF? Did you notice this relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF? But not in BCNF. This relation is 3NF but not in BCNF. Now. Okay, what this do you remember what this notes was saying? I told you the reason I'm focusing on this misconception, why I'm focusing on this misconception. Okay, this misconception, this wrong concept. Why I'm focusing on this wrong concept? Because let me tell you, this is from a very big coaching institute, and many students they study from these notes. Okay, many students they study from these notes, and they are learning wrong concepts. Okay, they are learning wrong concepts. Many students, majority of the gate students, they are learning wrong concepts. So in the gate exam, if this question comes by chance, if this question comes, then so many students, okay, so many students, they are learning the wrong concept. Okay, and so many students will make it wrong. So this is in 3NF but not in BCNF. But can you notice in this, do we have this relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF? But in this relation R, do we have this? In relation R, is there any FD? Tell me, in this relation R, is there any FD? Is there any FD? Is there any FD of this form? Is there any FD of this form? In this relation, do we have any FD of this form? Tell me. In this relation, do we have any FD of this form? In this relation, proper subsets are A, D, C. The only proper subset is A, D, C. So do we have any FDs like this? The only proper subsets are A, D, C. A cannot determine D. A cannot determine C. C cannot determine D. C cannot determine A. Okay. So all these things, D cannot determine A. D cannot determine C. So is this clear? So tell me, do we have any such functional dependency? Do we have any such functional dependency? Do we have any such functional dependency? Do we have any such FD? Do we have any such FD? Is there any such FD? The answer is no. The answer is no. There is no such FD. So you can notice there is no such FD, but still it is in 3NF but not in BCNF. So this is the final conclusion. Okay, let's conclude this. Let's conclude this. If you say that 3NF but not in BCNF, 3NF but not in BCNF, 3NF but not in BCNF. Okay, this 3NF but not in BCNF. This implies this. This implies this. This is wrong. This implies this. This is wrong. Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying, this is wrong. Okay, this implies this. This is wrong. Is this clear? This thing is wrong. This thing is wrong. Okay, this thing, this implies this. This thing is wrong. This thing is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. They are saying that this must happen. They are saying that if this happens, then this must happen. But we have seen this example. Yes or no? We have seen one example where your relation is in this, where your relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF. Still you don't have this. Still you don't have this FD. There is no such FD. Tell me, is this point clear to everyone? So remember, in this you can notice, so this relation, this is the final conclusion. You can notice this relation is in 3NF but not in BCNF, but R does not have any non-trivial FD of the following form. Agree or not? This we have seen, yes or no? But R doesn't have any non-trivial FD of this format, R doesn't have any non-trivial FD of this format. Okay, so this is the proof that was a misconception. Okay, so this was a misconception. So finally, this is a misconception. Okay, this is wrong concept. So this is the proof.